They laughed. They rolled their eyes when you said you were going to do it. Start the business, write the book, master the skill, because you weren't trained, because you weren't born with it, because you weren't a so-called pro. But here's what they didn't know. Exceptional isn't born, it's built, in silence, in sweat, in those invisible hours when no one is watching, but your future self is watching every move. And here's the truth most people never learn. The mastery code isn't talent, it's a pattern, and anyone can learn it. If you've ever thought, I'm not qualified, I'm not special, let me tell you something. You aren't late. You're just undiscovered. Let's change that, right now. Every genius you admire had a moment where no one believed in them. No applause, no recognition, no certainty, just a decision. Steve Jobs got fired from his own company. Oprah was told she didn't have the look for TV. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. They weren't ready, but they showed up anyway. And that's what separates the ones who rise from the ones who watch. As Ed Mylett once said, you don't have to believe in you first, just keep showing up until you do. Let's talk brain science, because this isn't just mindset. This is hardwired biology. Inside your head is something called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to reshape itself through focused effort. A study at the University of London found that taxi drivers who memorized complex maps literally grew their hippocampus, the memory center of the brain. Meaning, mastery physically rewires your mind, your thoughts, your repetitions, your habits. They're not just changing your life, they're rebuilding your brain. So no, you don't need talent. You need a system that makes your brain adapt. And it will, because that's what it was designed to do. The top 3% of achievers, they don't have more potential. They have more urgency. They act before they feel ready. They don't wait for external proof. They train their identity from the inside out. Billionaire investor Sahil Bloom said, "Every master was once a disaster. Start anyway." Confidence doesn't come from preparation. It comes from motion. You move first. Belief catches up. Picture this. 4:45 a.m. The city is dark. The world is quiet. And one man, Elijah, is sitting at a cheap wooden desk, eyes heavy, typing his future into a second-hand laptop. He's not a genius. He's not even confident. In fact, he failed college. Twice. He works night shifts. Gets home exhausted. But there's one thing he does every single morning. He shows up. Not for applause, not for a deadline, but for the man he knows he can become. For 90 minutes a day, he shuts off the world. No social media, no distractions, just him and the skill he's learning to code. At first, it's brutal. He messes up constantly. He doubts everything, but he doesn't quit. Instead, he tracks every mistake like a detective. He doesn't take failure personal. He treats it like data. 3 weeks in, something shifts. Not just in his skill, but in his neural wiring. Every tiny win releases dopamine. His brain starts whispering, "This is who we are now." And he listens. He begins to visualize the future version of himself, waking up in his dream apartment, running his own business, being respected in the tech world. And as science now proves, when you visualize vividly, your subconscious begins to bridge the gap. 2 years later, Elijah launches a tool that generates his first million, not because he was the smartest, but because he honored the unseen formula, FOCUS, FEEDBACK, FEELING, FUTURESELF. No guru gave it to him. He built it, day by day, alone, in silence, with fire. Here's what no one talks about. Even if you do everything right, if your energy is misaligned, your results will stall. You must become the version of you that already has the results. Now, not someday. This is where biohacking meets manifestation, where mindfulness meets mechanics. You can't fake energy. The universe responds to who you are, not what you want. So speak like the expert, move like the master, think like the visionary, and watch reality bend around your certainty. Final word, you're not late, you're loaded. If you're still here, you already know. There's something in you the world hasn't seen yet. You're not behind, you're just pre-season. Like bamboo, you're growing underground, silent, slow, steady, until the day you shoot up 90 feet in 6 weeks. And everyone says, "Where did they come from?" And you'll smile, because you already know you were building excellence in the dark. Now it's time to rise, time to act, time to prove that you don't need to be a pro to be exceptional. You just need to decide, today, right now.